Hello, this is the webinar Service for Business Portfolio. What's in it for you? My name is Paul Honout. I'm the Business Group Lead Devices at Microsoft in the Netherlands. On the slide you can find my contact data, my email address, my LinkedIn address and my Twitter account in case you want to follow me. But today we're going to talk about welcome to the world of hybrid work. Our new normal brings benefits, but also challenges. We now work at home for more than a year, and we see increasingly complex IT environments due to the number of new devices connected to a corporate network. We need to provision and deploy those devices in a secure and remote way. There's pressure to scale, bring devices faster to market, reduce cost, and teams need flexible, productive, and secure work from home solutions. And we see growing cybersecurity threats which require more security across the devices. This is what basically Service is all about. Because the innovation is that defined Service in the results of relentless iteration and an obsessive commitment to our customer. This is a quote of our Chief Product Officer, Panos Panay. And I think you will see this quote living through every device and every solution we bring to market as Microsoft Service. Service is modern tech, devices that expand the meaning of performance, that help people and businesses to accomplish more through the power of choice on one hand, and with greater versatility, compatibility, security, and long-term value. This is what matters, and no matter what you're doing, we want you to stay in your flow. And if you look to the history of Service, and we almost began as Microsoft 20 years ago with an explanation of touch screens and tablets. But in 2012, we introduced the new product line to the world with the Service Pro, creating a new two-in-one category. And remember, that was the time of Windows 8, touch and tiles, where we want to challenge the market, come up with new and creative form factors. And we proved that during our short history in the last 9 years. In 2015, for example, we brought the Service Book, a laptop with a detachable display, breakthrough like the Service Studio with the zero gravity hinge where you can lay the Service Studio completely down, but also Service Hub added further to Service growing reputation on design and on innovation. In 2017, we brought out the first Service laptop, a bold new statement on the classic clamshell, ultra slim, beautiful device. And in 2020, last year, we launched our lightest clamshell ever with the Service Laptop Go, a beautiful entry device in our Service portfolio. And recently, in this month, we introduced the Service Laptop 4, which gives you more multitasking power, more than ever before. And we now don't only have the Intel chipset, but we also have the AMD Ryzen chipset available in the Service portfolio. But we didn't only introduce the Laptop 4, we also introduced new additions and to work from home more secure and more, that the working from home environment is much more productive. So we introduced the new Surface Headphones 2 Plus, which are Microsoft Teams certified. And that basically means that all our devices are optimized for the usage of Teams. So, but also we will bring out a modern wireless headset, but also a wired headset, for example, and a modern USB-C speaker, but also a modern webcam. Because, for example, I use my Surface Pro X always flat on my desk so I can write on it. So I have an external screen where I can have a modern webcam on it, so I can still have my productive Teams calls like I'm presenting to you now in this webinar. If you then look at the total Service portfolio Service family we currently have in market, you will see on one hand our beautiful Service Studio, which is more a collaboration device. I will tell you a little bit more later on. We have the Service Studio, we have the Service Go, or the Service Pro, of course, our most hero model. Recently, we even introduced the Service Duo, an Android device. So you can see we have different form factors and different types of devices available for various working scenarios. For example, the Service Hub 2S. We have the Service Hub 2S is now available in 2 variations. A beautiful 85-inch, which is more suited for large meeting rooms, for boardrooms, and the Service Hub 2S, which is a more mobile device where teams can work together. So here you see the scenario of the Service Hub 2S. It's about teamwork everywhere. You can put in the steel case stands on the below bar, you can put a battery in it, so you can walk around with the hub still on and still stay productive. So you can walk from one room to the other room. You can bring with Teams or Skype for Business, even if you still have it. You can bring remote teams together on a beautiful screen, and you can have fluid team collaboration because the hub is a Windows 10 device, and you can use Microsoft Whiteboard or Mural or other types of collaboration and Scrum type of applications to really work together as a team. And if you then look at those devices which I just presented and look at how we plot them on the various types of work scenarios we have. Here we have an example, and it's an example because we have various variations on this one. But for example, when you have a Surface Go, it's a 10-inch device, but it's especially 10.5 inch actually, but it's especially fit for the roaming customer service, for the frontline worker. But then you go to, for example, the Go 2. It's more for the mobile sales representative, or for the Pro X, where there's an LTE advanced option on it. You can, for example, say, okay, the field servicer who is on the road all the time, needs constant connectivity, is the Pro X is a perfect example. While, for example, on the laptop, it's more a information worker or a customer relationship manager. And when you go to the Service Book, it's more for the engineer or the executive. And so you can plot all our devices on the different working scenario. So you can basically say for every type of work, we have a device with a unique form factor which will suit their needs. And if you then go to that next step, to working on a Microsoft Surface device together with Microsoft 365, you have the powerful solution. And there is a 75% in help desk call times on Microsoft 365 powered Surface devices. There's even, and we have studies for that, which you can download, there's a 4 hours saved per device per week on IT time to provision and deploy Surface devices, thanks to, for example, Autopilot or Microsoft Endpoint Manager. And 86% of the people agree that working together on a Surface device with Microsoft 365 has helped their employees to become more collaborative. And you can see me write and annotate on the screen. And this is a form, it's a simple form, but it's one of those forms which really helps you get your audience more engaged, even in a remote session like this. But not only writing a pen, but also making sure that Teams is now the standard in these times of remote work. So how can you stay as connected as possible? And we do that on our Surface devices with high-end cameras, dual far-field studio mics, but also the peripherals I just presented actually, with an external webcam or a headset or whatsoever to get the best experience out of Teams. There's native collaboration with the precision engineered displays, with the pen and natural inking, which I just showed you. And we want to bring people together and make sure that the camera is optimal so you can hear me and we can work together like we are in the same room. So this is how we make sure that the two devices, so the solutions, of Microsoft 365 and Surface together make the optimal fit. So Surface is built with flexible features, trusted security and powerful choices. And I want to go in each of these 3 pillars about collaboration, about security and about deployment. Let me take you to that. So first of all, you want to collaborate and stay productive in hybrid work environments. So what we do is offering you choice for those experiences. And that can be, for example, Alcantara versus Metal. And so there are AMD versus ARM versus Intel. Different colors, black versus silver, and different form factors. So we have optimal choice for you. There is a no limit productivity. There are compatible accessories. You can use the accessories for every device. For example, you have the Surface Connect, which basically charges your device. It's also on the Surface Dock on every, so you can use that. But also in the iterations, when you have purchased a Pro 5 in the past and you have a type cover, you can use that same type cover for the latest Pro 7 Plus, for example. You can collaborate your way with inking and Microsoft 365 and the touchscreen and the all-day battery life on those devices, and with features like Instant On. You click on your device and you can start working within a fraction of a second. That makes computing life easy, and that makes computing life wonderful. If you then go to the more technical side of it, we want to make sure to the inner body of the service, we want to make sure that you have an advanced security across the entire stack, not only on your software, but also on your hardware. And that's what we call protection for chip to cloud. A Microsoft service with the Microsoft solutions, software solutions, is unique in that scenario. With Endpoint Manager, with DFCI, with seamless device management on the UEFI level. So most OEMs have BIOS. Microsoft has developed their UEFI, which basically the firmware which steers the firmware of your device. We update that firmware via Windows Update. So we make sure that whenever there's a vulnerability, we can push as fast as possible the latest updates to the market. Every device has an easy and secure sign-in with biometric authentication, whether it's Windows Hello Camera or whether it's Windows Hello Fingerprint. So it's a secure way to sign in an easy way without having to remember passwords. And we try to minimize risk and reduce cost. So there's no reliance on any third-party solutions. Microservice with Microsoft 365 improves the enterprise security. And I think this story for your customers is really important to tell, because that really can make a difference. Then we go to the third pillar, choice, remember, choice, security, and then deployment. And also for you as a partner who is deploying for your customers those devices, this is crucially important. You can remotely manage your IT environments, and you can reduce complexity and cost with the deployment services. Customers can now even retain, almost all service devices can retain their hard drives in order to secure data privacy and compliance. And we are working on increased repairability of those devices. So I think with those three pillars, I think there is a real strong and compelling story, not only about the form factor and the quality, but also about the security and the deployment of the devices. So, well, this is basically in a high level overview why service is interesting for your customers, why service is interesting for your for the employees of your customers. And I bet after this flaming pitch, you are now willing also to become a service reseller. And you can, and we welcome you. So also is one of our main distributors in Europe, and they support us in a great way. So we would love you to connect with also in order to become a service reseller. So partner with your local also team, and you can grow with us and sign our what we call DMP agreement, distributor managed partner. It's quite easy. Here's a URL. You can sign up and you can basically start selling service in your country. And if you want to learn more and get certified, because we've got all kinds of certifications to get to know the portfolio, to understand what we have for you, then you can go to this partner website where you have all the information you need. And once you are a partner, we have various programs in which we support you in order to become as successful as possible. First of all, there's a Service Reseller Alliance program. We have 3 levels. When you are a DMP, you are an authorized reseller. When you grow to certain thresholds, you can become even silver or gold partner. And we've seen a heavy increase in those kinds of partners in the last 2 years. And if you are a silver or even gold partner, you can earn extra rebates and you can have extra marketing dollars invested via Microsoft for you to sell service with us. But of course, we also have a demo and a loan program. The demo program is basically you can ask also on any family category, so on a laptop or on a Pro or on a Hub, you can ask for a demo unit at 50% of the cost. And you can buy a demo unit, one of each family member, so to speak. But also there's a loan program in almost every country in Western Europe. Whenever you have a significant opportunity, like say 50 or 100 units, you can go to the local Microsoft contacts and ask for a loan. And so a customer can really experience the service devices, because that is key in closing the deal. Customers need to see and want those devices. And then when you want to close the deal, we have various pricing programs for you. That starts with deal registration, which basically gives you a 5% point head start and protects you from working with your specific customer. There's BitGrid with volume discounts. There's special pricing for 500 units and up. And we regularly have all kinds of promos in place, which also will communicate with you. With that, I'm at the end of my presentation. I hope I have inspired you with a high-level overview of the service portfolio and why service is relevant for your customers and how you can become a partner. If you want to know more, reach out to Also, and they will definitely get you connected with your local Microsoft teams. Thank you for your attention and hope to see you soon.